My name is Aaliyah Booble. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. And this is part 2 to my Sweet Life challenge video, where I'm going to be using the 6 Sweet Life quad eyeshadow palettes from Colourpop for a week for 6 days straight. Like I said, this is part 2 of the video, so if you haven't watched part 1, go ahead and watch that first and then come back to this one. I'm going to put it in the little iCard up here, and I'm also going to link it in the description box below. But having said that, we're going to go ahead and continue with the video. So we have the final 3 eyeshadow palettes here. We have Sorbet, we have Creamsicle, and we have Cream Soda, and we will be using Cream Soda today. And I would also like to take a moment and say that yes, I am wearing a tank top. It's kind of tan. It's not exactly skin tone, but I don't know how it's looking on the camera. So if it looks like I'm not wearing clothes, I promise that I am. So like I did in part 1 of this video, I went ahead and I did my base, so we're going to move straight into the eyeshadow portion of this video. So we again are using Cream Soda. We're going to go ahead and start with this bottom left color, and we're just going to go ahead and use this as a transition shade. So you just want to use this to kind of prime your lid, add some color, go all the way up to your brow bone, all the way around, and then kind of go underneath your eye as well. And this is a very sheer color. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but it's a very nice just tan, maybe with a little bit of like a pinky tone to it. So you're just going to repeat on the other side. Alright, now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and move to the bottom right color, and we are going to use this as a crease shade, and then we are also going to put this on the bottom half of our eye, the end, and kind of work it both on the top and the bottom. Alright, now that we've done that, we also want to take the eyeshadow color, the bottom right color, and just go in and put it on the last third of our eyes. And then once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and move to the top left color, and we're just going to put that all over our lid, and you're also going to want to bring it around to the under eye area. Now that we've done that, we're going to go in with the top right color, and we are just going to take that glitter, and we're going to go on the under eye and also use it as a transition shade between the 2 colors on our lid. We're also going to go ahead and take the top left color and use that to highlight our brow bones. You want to do this before you do the brows, otherwise you could risk messing up your eyebrows, so just take that color and go right up into the brow bone. Alright, so that completes the use of the eyeshadow quad, and now I'm going to go ahead and put on liner and brows and mascara and lips, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and put the finishing touches on this makeup look. So I did my eyeliner, did my mascara, I did my brows, and I haven't done my lips yet because I'm going to be using this Colourpop Luxe Gloss. We're just going to be putting that on our lips, and it's just a clear shade. So that is today's completed makeup look using the Cream Soda Quad Palette. So just as a kind of overview, we started out with this bottom left color, and we just put it all around our eyes as a base. We went in with the bottom right and used it as contour for both the crease and the outer corners. We went in with the top left and used that on the majority of our lid, and then we sort of kind of went in with the top right and just kind of use it as a transition and a little bit on the bottom lashes. I actually really didn't use that one too much, also partly because it was a glitter one, and so it wasn't a shadow, it was just more like packed glitter, and so it wasn't really the right thing. You can definitely see it more from the fallout of the glitter. But that is the end of today's makeup look. Again, I really like this palette, and it actually kind of has the same vibes as the eyeshadow palette that we used on the first day, Citrus Fizz, although you can see when you put them together that Citrus Fizz is a much more yellowy golden tone, and the one we used today, Cream Soda, is actually more of a pinky tone. But it is a very nice light eyeshadow palette for a kind of more casual look, and again, I really like it. I think it's very pretty. So that wraps it up for today's portion of the video. Today was Wednesday, and we used the Cream Soda palette, and now I'm about to do a quick transition. So 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, it is Thursday, so we are going to be moving on to our next Sweet Life quad eyeshadow palette, and that is Sorbet. Now I do have to say that this was one of my favorites when I first saw the TikTok post, and I really do like it. So it's got a lot of nice pinks and purples. The next palette that we're going to do tomorrow also is pinks, but it's more of like orangey pinks, but this is definitely a pink and purpley eyeshadow palette. So like all the other segments of this video, I've gone ahead and done my foundation and my blush and my highlight, my contour. So we are going to move straight straight on into the palette. Okay, so starting off, we're going to be taking this bottom left color right here. It's just a nice soft purple, and we are going to be building up a base. Like always, this is something that I definitely recommend doing because the lighter the color you use, the easier it is to blend into your skin tone, and then you create this nice base to add colors onto, but also make it a little bit easier to blend darker colors into your skin tone. And so you're gonna go all the way up to your brow and then also come around the bottom of your eye. Okay, so now that we've gotten our base color down, which again was the bottom left, we are going to be moving on to the bottom right color, which is this deep dark purple, and you're going to use it to define your crease and then also the outer corners and bring it a little bit to the bottom of the eye. And this is just going to help create definition and make your eyes look like they have a lot more shape than they actually do, because that's kind of the point of makeup. We're basically just messing with the contours of our face. Okay, so now we're done using the bottom two colors of the palette. We're gonna go ahead and move up to this top right color, which is this pink glitter color, and you're just gonna put that all over your lids and then also do the same on the bottom of your eye. Alright, once you've packed that glitter color onto your eye, you're just gonna go back in with a little of the bottom right color and just use it to sort of blend them together so there's not as harsh of a line on your eye. And then you're also gonna wanna do that on the bottom. And finally, we are going to be taking the top left color, which is this nice sort of light purple shimmery color, and we're going to be putting this on the inner corner of our eyes just to add a little bit of definition and make our eyes look brighter and more awake. And then you're also going to take this color and just run it a little bit over your brow bone, and this is going to create definition. And so that's a good thing with some of these palettes that have a brighter highlight on it. You can actually go ahead and define your brow bone using just this palette. And that is it for this eyeshadow look. I am going to go ahead, finish up my makeup, and then we will come back and I will do the review on the Sorbet eyeshadow palette, so I will be right back. Okay, so I am back and I have completed the makeup look. I just went and did some eyeliner. I kind of messed up a little on this eye, but I'm hoping you can't see. I did mascara, which I used my personal favorite, which is the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. Then I went in with my Colourpop brow gel in the shade Soft Black, and finally I went in with this Maybelline New York Super Stay Matte Ink liquid lipstick in the shade number 80. It says ruler after that, but I can't tell if that's like something weird or if it's actually like the name of the shade, but it's 80, I guess, ruler. And so that completes this makeup look. I really like it. I think it's a very, very pretty dark look without being as dark as the second look that we did in the first video, which should have already had an eye card at the beginning of the video, but I'll go ahead and put another one up now. But I'm gonna go ahead and complete the review of the Sorbet eyeshadow quad palette. So we went ahead and we used this bottom left color just as a nice base color on both eyes. We went up to the brow bone and then all the way down around the eyes. We used this bottom right color, this deep purple, to fill in our crease and then also just to add some definition on the outer corner of our eyes. We used this top right color as our main lid color, and then we also repeated that on the bottom of the eye. And then we went in and used this top left color on the inner corner of our eyes, and we also used it to highlight our brow bone. So in conclusion, I have to say that this is another one of my favorite quad palettes. It's not quite as dark as the sparkler palette that we used in the last video, but it still is dark enough that you can have a dramatic look while also having a little bit of like a pinky, purpley tinge to it. I'm hoping I'm using that word right. But again, I really like this palette. I like that the highlight color is bright enough to be both in the inner corner and kind of highlight the brow bone. I think that that's super helpful. Obviously, you don't have to use just this palette when doing your eyeshadow. I'm just doing it for the purpose of this video, but if you were having to do your makeup on the go and could only bring like minimal stuff, this would be a good palette. So again, this is just the completed makeup look. I like it a lot. I think it's very pretty, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the final palette and the final installment of this two-part series, and then I will just do a total review over everything that I got from the first video and this sort of challenge and the Sweet Life collection. So I will see you in a second. Hello loves, welcome back to the last part of this video, this Colourpop Sweet Life Quad 6-day challenge thing. Today is Friday. Okay, so it's not actually Friday, but we're gonna pretend that it's Friday. It's definitely like Thursday 2 weeks later, so. But it's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday. So we are going to be using the final Colourpop Sweet Life Quad Eyeshadow Palette, and that is the Creamsicle Palette. So the Creamsicle Palette is definitely the pinkiest, is that a word? The pinkiest palette, and so it contains the shades Frosty, Big Treat, Dreamful, and On a Stick. And so it comes again in this little clear case like they all do. It says Colourpop on the top, and then here are the 4 shades. So like I've done in all the other parts of this video, I've gone ahead and I've done my base, so we're gonna move right into the eyeshadow. So starting off with the eyeshadow, we're going to take this bottom left color right here. It's this pretty soft pink, and again we're just going to use this as our base shade. So you're just gonna go up to your eyebrow and then to the side of your eye, and then of course down to the bottom of your eye, and you are going to repeat that on both eyes. Alright, next we are going to take the bottom right color, which is still a pink, but it's more of a reddish pink, and it's a lot of a darker color. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna put this on the outer corner of our eye, and we're also gonna bring it around the outer corner of our eye and to the bottom to give our eye a little bit more of a definition. Okay, so now that we've used the bottom 2 colors, we are gonna go ahead and go in with the top right color, which is this packed glitter, and we're just gonna go ahead and put it all on our lid. I prefer to put sparkles on the lid because I think it just brightens your eye and it makes the top lid look a little bit brighter so that your eye doesn't look, for me, as like small and tired. So I like having a little bit of glitter because it just brightens them up. And then we're also gonna take this glitter color and we're gonna run it along the bottom of our eye. Now that you've got the glitter on your eye, which I do have to say, obviously this is more of a packed glitter and less of a shimmer shade, so it is a little bit patchy, so you are gonna have to build it up. And then also there is a good bit of fallout, so just be sure to wipe that off. We're gonna go back in with the bottom right color and just use it to sort of fade in between the 2 colors so that we don't have this harsh line of glitter and a matte shadow. You might also want to repeat this step on the bottom if necessary. And finally, we are going to go in with the top left shade, which is definitely more of a tan oranger color compared to the rest of the shadows, and we are going to put that not only in our inner eye corner, but we are also going to take that color and we are going to go ahead and use it to highlight our brow bone. And this is just something that I like to do because it gives your eye more definition and it makes your makeup look seem more complete, that you don't just have a random space on your eye without eyeshadow. And that is all we are going to do with the eyeshadow palette today. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish up the makeup look, see if I need to blend anything out. I'm gonna put on liner, mascara, brow, lips, and then I will be back and we will finish up the review for the Creamsicle palette, and then we will also do just the overall view for the entire video, and then we will be done. So I will see you guys right back. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've completed the makeup look. I did some eyeliner, which I totally messed up like the eyeliner and had to start over, so it looks a little bad, but just ignore that. I put on my mascara, I put on my brow gel, which is Colourpop Brow Boss Gel in the shade Soft Black. And then for the lips, I did this combination of the Flower Velvet Lip Chubby and the Revlon Kiss Plumping Lip Cream. So I did these 2, and so that's what I did for the lip. And then going on the overview of the Colourpop Creamsicle palette, we started out in the bottom left and we just did that as a nice base shade. We went all around our eyes. We took the bottom right and used it to define the outer corner of our eye and give it more definition. We went in with the top right and used it all on our lid, and then we went in with the top left, used it in the inner corner of our eye, and then also on our brow bone. And so I again have to say, like I say with all these, I really like this one. I think this one is in my top 4, but I will get to that in a second. But that was the look that I created using the Creamsicle palette, and now we are going to get into the overall review of the Sweet Life collection and also the other products that I bought and tried out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the total review of all of the things that I got, and I'm gonna start with the things that I got with the gift card and then do Sweet Life, because Sweet Life is the whole point of this video. So starting off with our first 2 products, the Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer and the No Filter Setting Powder. I have to say that these were both great products. There wasn't anything particularly amazing about them, but they did work, and so I do like them. And the fair shade ended up being the right color for me. The next thing that I used is the Sugar Frosted Sweet Cheeks palette. So it was the little quad palette, and I have to say that I really do like this. Since the first video, I haven't cleaned off my blush brush, so it's just been loaded up with product, and I've noticed that it's gone on a lot smoother smoother and less patchy. And then the highlight again works really well. If you wanted to have a little bit more of a wow factor, just use your finger. I actually didn't use the other two shades. I don't need them. If I do use them further down the line, I will let you guys know. But for me, I just ended up using the highlighter and the darkest blush shade. So again, I think this is a great deal. I think it works. And there are other Sweet Cheek quad palettes. So if you do not exactly have the same coloring as me, there are other ones, and I will be linking this specific palette in the description box below. So the last thing that we got before the Sweet Cheek set was we got the Stone Cold brush set, which again will be linked in the description box below. I have to say that I do like it. I like it more now that I've used it for like 2 weeks or so. The biggest brush that came in the set I did have a little bit problem with at first because I just thought it was too soft, but that was just because I was used to using this one. So obviously once I get used to using this one, I think it'll work out just fine. I have to say I like the variety in brushes. There seems to be a brush for everything, and there are plenty of eyeshadow brushes to choose from so that you have the right one to create the right look. The only thing that I will say is that the inside of the carrying case that the brushes come in, the outside is a faux leather, which kind of smelled funky at first, but I think the scent sort of worn off. The inside is like this soft material, and it does stain with eyeshadow. So if you are using a darker eyeshadow, you kind of have to immediately wash your brush, otherwise it's going to stain the inside. So that's a little bit of a bad thing, but if that doesn't bother you, then do that, or you can just do what I did, and I just wrapped them in tissue and then put them in and then washed them when I got home. So moving on to the actual Sweet Life collection, I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised. It's not that I doubt Colourpop. I love Colourpop, and I think they have a great track record and they produce some amazing makeup, but I was actually pleasantly surprised on how many of these that I would like. I think all of the shades were nice and buttery. The only shades that gave me problems were the top right shades were usually sort of a glitter color, and they weren't like a shimmery eyeshadow, they were like just glitter, so they were a little bit iffy. But otherwise I think they were really good. All of them had enough eyeshadow colors and variety to make looks using just the palette. But I think that they're great on the go palettes. If you can't really take a full, 9 pan, 12 pan, 20 pan, whatever eyeshadow palette, these little quads are going to be a big lifesaver. And so for me, I had 4 of these quads that I was really fond of, and then 2 that I was not so fond of, and it was specifically because they didn't show up very well in filming. I've already gone ahead, obviously the first part of this video is up, but I've edited everything from part 2 up till now, and so I'm going to talk about those when I get to them. But I was really fond of the Creamsicle palette, I was really fond of the Sparkler palette, I was really fond of the Creamsicle palette, and I was really fond of the Citrus Fizz palette. As for the other palettes, Mocktail and Sorbet, I did like these palettes. They look really great in real life, but I noticed on the camera that they did not show up very well. The Mocktail palette showed up as much more of an orangey color than a reddish color, and it is more red in real life. And then the Sorbet showed up kind of as a dull, like grayish purple color, and it's actually a lot more vibrant in real life. So maybe I just didn't get good film of these two. Maybe sometime down the line, if I feel like it, I will try these again. But these two were my least favorite. That's not saying that they're bad, it's just that they didn't show that well on film. But anyway, that completes the Colourpop Sweet Life collection haul and 6-day challenge. Again, I really like these. I think they're a worthy set. I think they're a wonderful set. I personally, if I was paying for these with my own money, probably would have bought just the first 4 that I mentioned and not the last 2. But again, I would like to disclose that I won this in a TikTok giveaway, so I actually didn't pay any money for these. But Colourpop is not like paying me to say anything. I just thought I'd do a video since I got a great opportunity to do an entire collection. So thank you guys so much for watching both this video and part 1. If you haven't watched part 1, you need to go watch part 1. But I really hope you guys like these 2 videos. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite eyeshadow quad was, if you're going to be purchasing one, and then any other makeup looks that you'd like me to buy, or palettes that you'd like me to look at, review, etc, etc, etc. And if you like to and you'd want to support this channel, go ahead and think about subscribing. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you at the next upload on Friday. Bye!